as you all know, this is the first in a series of chats with just different musically related VTubers, whether that's just their thing or if that's something that they do on the side. But my very first guest with me today is the VTuber idol from the land of rice. Please help me welcome VTuber idol Milky Queen.
Yay!
Hi, welcome.
Thank you! Wait. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Absolutely,
So
thank you so
excited.
much for accepting. Here, I'm gonna get the starting soon images out of here so people can see your adorable face.
No, not at all. Harune, you're the adorable one.
No, you know what I realized? I'll hit chat box up. Boop. There we go.
There we go.
Yay! There we go. So yes, this is the
Yay.
beautiful princess idol Milky Queen, and actually this is yay! Thank you so much for joining. I'm so happy that you're here.
Oh, no, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Absolutely.
So happy.
It must have been a long journey from the land of rice to my,
Yes,
to
from
my humble
Second
virtual
Rice.
studio.
Yes, it was quite a journey from Second Rise, but worth it for you, Harune.
Thank you so much. So, this is actually the first time that we've really had a chance to, like, sit down and talk to each other.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself. I feel like maybe it's just me, but I don't actually know a whole lot about you and what you do at Second Rice. Obviously, I know you're an idol. I've heard some of your covers. They are gorgeous. We'll play a little bit earlier. But, yeah, so please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, yeah, so my name is Milky Queen. I live in the world of rice called Second Rice. At the moment, yeah, I'm in an idol group called Mai Bei Bē, with members Moe Minori and Sia Hime. And yeah, we do lots of different idol activities. So we do lives, we do live streams, we do like videos and stuff. We do like song covers, we do all sorts of things. But yeah, essentially to spread the love of rice all over the world.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And you know what? I do really love rice.
Do you?
I
Do you
do.
have a favorite like rice dish or favorite type of rice?
Oh my goodness. I love jasmine rice.
Oh,
And-
nice.
I will nice rice. But I will actually eat anything with rice. Like I don't have a favorite rice dish as long as there's rice in it. I love it.
That's the best
I'll eat it.
answer. Just rice with everything.
Yes, exactly.
That should be the motto for everyone. Yes.
Just eat
Doing
more
good
rice.
job. Please
Yeah.
eat more rice.
It's definitely healthier for you, but
Yeah, like rice has actually got a lot of good healthy stuff, and you know, there's brown rice too, and zakokumai with lots of different types of like grains and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, I think actually, at least here in the States, brown rice is starting to trend a little bit more, because like
Oh really?
even though we're called Beikoku, right? The
Yeah.
with the but we actually
why
don't have
is
a lot
that?
of rice. I don't know. It's always kind of
Yeah.
confused me. But I think,
know, like bakeoku, but yeah, mainly like what's the main thing like Americans have with stuff? Is it rice or like pasta or bread or?
it's definitely a lot of pasta, a lot of starch. So actually, like a lot of potatoes. We really like potatoes.
Potatoes.
Yeah, I know.
Rice
Potatoes
is
are so
better, but
good.
potatoes are nice.
Yes. But yeah. Now that I think about it, I think like the most American meal ever is like steak with a baked potato and like some green beans.
That does sound good. I'm betraying my people. I'm sorry. That sounds delicious.
It definitely, it does. But I still love my rice. I love my rice far more.
I'm glad. Thank you.
Absolutely. So, we mentioned a little bit earlier that obviously you are an idol, and you said that you do song covers and things like that. So, please tell us, because, you know, I don't know very many idols. What does it mean to be an idol? Like,
this is actually like a really deep question. Like, I think a lot of people have different opinions as to what an idol kind of is, right? And I think people have this kind of like image of idols in their head, be that a like positive or negative one. But I think the main thing really is about an idol is like you can have your own, you know, unique personality, your own way of doing things. And I think the main thing is just to make people smile. I really honestly believe that that is the main thing that idols should have as their like goal for stuff, like really, you know, whether it's through lives or meeting the fans or whatever at events and things. I really think the key thing is that, yeah, people are happy when they watch my content. I think that's the key thing for idols. I mean, obviously there's like other bits too, like, you know, for the dancing, I guess you have to like, you know, keep up your stamina and stuff, you know, make sure you've got lots of energy. I guess energy is also really important, but yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? I really like that answer. I really like that answer because I feel like most people maybe don't know how to answer that, and they think like, I just do my job, right? Like I just sing because I have to, I dance because I have to, and that's, you know, when someone thinks idol, they just think, you know, bright and fancy costumes, or maybe it's not even bright and fancy. Maybe it's, you know, provocative or something, but you know, like a special type of costume, and they sing and dance, and bam, that's an idol. But I really love your answer. It's very wholesome.
Aw, thank you.
It's super sweet. I love it.
I think also, like, sorry to keep rambling.
No,
I think
absolutely.
also, like, the key thing about idols is having, like, a very key, like, main concept. Like, for instance, like, you know, it doesn't have to be, like, the kind of conforming to exact what everyone thinks an idol is, as long as it's got, like, a sort of clear kind of theme, or, like, a clear, like, I don't know how to explain it, like stuff like Bish and stuff, like, they're really, like, maybe not what you'd consider, like, a traditional idol, but they're still really, like, cool, and that's their style. I think that's also really important. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, too, is that there really is no, like, set, you know, thing for being an idol. It's just kind of what you're labeled as, I guess, like, how you represent yourself and how you know, portray yourself out to your fans and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
no, I think that's definitely the best way of looking at it. I think, personally. But, I mean, everyone, I think, has a different opinion as to what the most important things are, so... Yeah!
no,
It's
that
an
makes
interesting
perfect
topic.
sense. That makes perfect sense. So now here's a little bit more of a question, in regards to the music aspect of it.
Yes!
So, what exactly, like... So I know you do covers, right? And I've seen that you do English covers as well as Japanese covers, or covers of Japanese songs. What exactly, like, do you have to practice? I mean, obviously you have to practice for those songs ahead of time, right? That's kind of a given. But like, is there any sort of like specific preparation that you have to do? Like, do you do like warm-ups? Do you sing for like an instructor who kind of guides you, or?
So actually, I've never really had training for singing.
Hey, really?
Actually, yeah. Well, like when I was really little, I had like, you know, there's kind of like little choir type lessons. But other than that, like I've not really had any. I think one of the key points of the preparation that actually a lot of people don't know about is for the English ones, I actually write the English lyrics myself. So like for all of the English ones, yeah. So I take the Japanese and I kind of like put my own spin on the English lyrics. So I don't know, like I guess I always like for Vocaloid songs, for example, I feel like they mean different things to different people.
Right.
So I always try to like get across what I feel like the meaning of the song is through the way that I translate it into English. So yeah.
Oh my goodness, otsukaresama deshita. I had no idea that you translate your own lyrics. That's amazing.
No.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love that.
Thanks.
That's actually quite difficult, translating from one language to another, because especially if you know both languages quite well,
yeah,
it could be
it's
hard
kind
to
of
like know which words would really work.
Yes, and I think a key thing is like also you want to make it like rhythmically nice and make it rhyme nice, as well as giving the like meaning you want to give. So it's like really difficult to balance them up, but yeah, it's super fun. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Other than that,
That's so
like
much
other
more work.
stuff
I was gonna say, wow, that's amazing, because that's so much more work than I would have imagined that you would put
is
into them.
it? Well, you know, I love it, so it's all good. And I guess like from the singing point of view, yeah, I try to like practice a lot. Sometimes I just go to like hitori karaoke. I just go to karaoke by myself, and I put on the songs I'm gonna practice and I belt them out. That's the main way.
That's adorable. That's adorable. So when did you first start getting into singing? Because obviously you had to have loved it before starting this.
Yes, no, I have always loved singing actually since I was little, really. As I say, like, I guess, I mean, when I was really little, I really wanted to be an actress. So I was like imagining myself walking down the red carpet, like waving at everyone. And then when I got a little bit older, like, I started to really, really like singing. And I guess I started like singing loads of random stuff, and then eventually I got this opportunity to be part of Mai Bei Bē, and yeah, it's been really fun being able to like sing with other people. I think that's a really nice thing, being able to like, cause like my voice and Hime and Moe Minori, we all have like a really nice like ways that our voices blend together, which I think is really nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was actually thinking that too, because like I said, I was doing some research, right? And so I was listening to some of the songs that you've done, the covers that you've done solo, as well as the group songs that you've done with the others, and I really was surprised by like how well your voices fit together. So before I saw your kind of introduction video to the rest of Mai Bei Bē, I thought that they originally picked you three specifically because of how well your voices fit together. So I was really surprised that you kind of like slipped right in.
Yeah, no, like, I don't think we were really picked for voice stuff at all, really. I mean, we just sort of came together, and then our voices happened to be, like, really nice kind of levels with each other. Like, Hime is very sort of, like, very, like, nice idol style, like, very sort of pretty voice. And then Moe Minori is, like, super cute voice, like, oh my gosh, Moe overload. And then I'm kind of, like, slightly lower, like, a little bit of a sort of, like, okay, not like that.
Definitely not how you sound. In fact, what a perfect segue. Is it okay if I play a clip from a cover that you've done?
Oh, of course, no worries. Please,
Oh, my goodness.
I'd be honored. Thank you.
I would absolutely love to, because as I was listening through, now I sound like a stalker, but as I was listening through some of the songs that you had done, you actually did one from a band that I'm quite fond of, and it's a it's One OK Rock, I believe you are.
Yes,
wherever you are.
Yes. Ah, thank you.
Yes, I really like that one. So if you don't mind, we'll listen to a little bit of it.
Thank you very much. Yay.
Oh my goodness, thank you. This is gonna be good. Okay, so let me just turn up the volume a little bit. Ooh, that was way louder than I expected.
I'm telling you, I softly whisper tonight, you are my angel. 愛してるよ二人は一つに Tonight I just say wherever you are I always make you smile wherever you are I'm always by your side Whatever you say 君を思う気持ち I promise you forever right now Oh yeah
There we go. So I know that was just a little snippet, and I can already tell from the reactions in
thank
chat
you.
that people only want to hear more.
Oh, that's so kind. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You bless us with your glorious singing.
No.
Oh my goodness. In fact, so you definitely don't sound like deep and grungy. Like, took lessons. That really shocks me. So how did you kind of cultivate your voice? It's beautiful, and it has like such a nice natural vibrato, and it's like I definitely would have thought you would have had taken lessons.
Oh, that's so nice. I also say I only really took lessons when I was like quite young. And then after that, I guess it's like, you know, the usual singing in the shower all the time and like, you know, all that kind of stuff. I guess I just like, I sing all the time, like around like whoop whoop, and it's like, you know, while I'm cleaning, I'm singing. I think that's the thing, right? Like, I sing all the time, which is how I practice. I mean, it's a kind of really weird answer, but I guess that's it.
Not really, because I guess voice is one of the most like versatile instruments, quote unquote, because we carry that with us all the time, right?
Right?
We just need to be like in a good place to do it. So like whether you're you know, taking a walk, or like you said, like you're in the shower, which is like the most common place to sing. Or what else? Like yeah, like even if you're, I don't know, like when I'm driving, I'll sing.
Driving, yes. I mean, I can't drive, but
right.
If I could drive, I want to sing while I'm driving.
It would be, it's such a private place for it.
Yeah, right? And you can sing as loud as you want, you know?
Yes.
In the car? Yes.
Yes, exactly. Because you can get from point A to point B and still, like, you know that no one's gonna hear you, unless if you roll your windows down, of course, but, you know.
I mean, you might want people to hear you. You might roll your windows down and be like, guys, woo!
Free concert with Milky Queen.
Yes!
Well, there we go.
So do you do any singing, Harune? I know you're like super good at the piano.
I don't know if I'm super good. Actually, chat jokes that instead of piano, they call it paino. Like
Paino?
Like
why?
Paino. It was actually like, so like pain.
Paino.
Yeah, like it's a pain in the butt. But but it was actually like it was just it was a simple misspelling, and it kind of just but I thought it like really kind of accurately reflected like what you need to do to like be at a good level in piano. Is it is a little bit of a pain.
It must take so much training. I'm so envious. That's so cool.
You know, I used to think that, you know, piano really did require a lot of training. I'm classically trained, which means that a lot of my lessons and a lot of years of doing what I do was just spent, you know, learning, you know, songs from like the 17, 1800s, and just learning how to like play them and
like
memorize
Beethoven.
them. Yeah, Beethoven, Chopin, Bach,
nice.
the literal classics.
The lads.
Yeah, the lads. The boys. But
Boys.
but as for singing, I do my own singing. Like just, you know, we chatted, we said we were like in the car and in the shower. That's where I do my singing. But I've done karaoke streams sometimes, you know, just for fun.
Oh, that's nice. I want to hear your like song covers sometime too.
Oh my goodness, that's I think I only have like one recorded song cover, and that's for what was it for? It was for a Christmas song, I think.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's all I've got. But yeah, no, I don't have the range that you do, because I didn't really get into singing. Like, I was always very shy with my voice, and you know, most of my time was spent, you know, doing the piano aspect of it rather than the singing aspect. So I have very low breath support, and like I don't have like a big range. But
I mean, we could always like duet piano
I
and
would love that.
Yeah.
That would make me so happy.
That sounds
My
fun.
goodness. Is Harune going to sing? No. My singing is like I do as a joke, or like when I'm stressed. Like, chat can
I want to hear it though.
You want to hear? Oh my
it.
goodness.
The chat wants to hear it. The chat
Oh,
decides.
The chat decides. This is is a democracy. Okay. Now that we've said that, I don't know what to sing. I have one. I'll just do like a simple little ditty. Yeah. Okay. You will you will think otherwise, I think. I won't sing the whole song.
I'm super excited.
Oh goodness. Okay. So this will be really short. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my life with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so good. Why did you not have more confidence? That was amazing. I loved it. It was so good.
Oh, thank you so much.
Right, guys. I could see everyone in the chat like, wow, amazing. Yes, very smooth. That's my jam. See?
Yeah. Goodness gracious. Chat is too nice. Everyone here is like super, super sweet. Everyone's like, oh goodness, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Thank you.
So nice. Yay.
Thank you. But I will say that one plus for having taken piano for so long is because we don't need to tune our own instruments. Right? Like we hire someone to do it for us. So our instrument always has to be in tune. So at least by doing piano, you can kind of develop a good ear.
Yeah, that must be really good, right? Because I guess for like stuff like harmonizing and stuff.
Yes.
Like knowing the piano like theory behind it must be a lot easier.
Yes. Oh, for sure. And speaking of which, that'll just kind of like bleed into my next question. So when you do covers with the other two members of Mai Bei Bē, what role do you normally? I feel like you guys kind of alternate, right? So no one's really set in a role. So how do you switch between that? That must be kind of like hard on your ears, right?
I think like usually like we have kind of like equal parts throughout the songs. Like actually the hardest part, like when we do a live or something, is remembering which line is mine. So like sometimes I'll be like nearly singing my Midori's line and they'll be like, oh wait, that's not my line. Because I guess when we're practicing, like we might sing all of it and then it'll be like, okay, you're doing that bit, you're doing that bit, you're doing that bit. And then it's like I almost start singing someone else's line and I'm like, oh no.
Oh my goodness, so you learn all the lines. All of you learn all of it.
Well, if we do it live, then yeah, we have to like remember all the lyrics and stuff, so yeah.
Oh, sugoi! This keeps getting like bigger and better than I could have ever imagined.
Oh no. I mean, you know.
Well, no, because I think that's so admirable because I had always thought like in a group, or at least like in a solo career especially, that you would just kind of you learn your melody and whoever your backup singers are or whatever would just learn the harmony part. But because it's an idol group, you're all, equal members, right?
Yeah.
So I had always kind of wondered like who gets assigned what line. Do you all take turns? But I know that you guys do alternate like even within the song. So I figured that must be really difficult, but to be able to like learn it all and then be able to kind of switch on demand, that's amazing. Sasuga.
I mean, I guess like the only thing that's I guess always like decided, I guess, is more like what's it? Like usually idol groups will have a leader. So for us, that's Suyahime. So she's got the blue hair, the pigtails. So she'll usually like get the like in Raisuki, our original song, she has the like bridge bit because that's usually for like the leader of the group. You know what I mean? In idol groups.
Yes.
So like, yeah. I guess that's the only bit that's usually decided. Other than that, it's pretty much equally like split between all of us. Yeah.
Hey, that's amazing. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, I had to adjust the music a little bit. So speaking of which, can you tell us a little bit about the other members of Mai Bei Bē?
I can indeed. So the leader is Hime. We say she's a bit of a Yankee. So she's a bit like, "Wah!" And she's like, she gets really angry. So she does a lot of like what do you call it, FPS streams and stuff, and she gets really angry. But she's really good. She's really good. Like she's like pro gamer like level, and we're like, oh my gosh, how can you do this? Like, what are you doing? She's super nice, and she's really good at like bringing the group together. Like she's definitely the leader figure of our group. Like she's the most like, I don't know, like serious. I don't know how to explain it, but she's the most sort of like, I don't know, driven and serious. So she's really good at sort of like bringing the group together. And then Moi Minori, the pink one, she's just hilarious. She's really adorable. And she's basically just a walking meme. I mean, like, she does all these things that are just amazing. Like, what was it? Like, she did this event recently where, like, she managed to get, like, so much support in the last 5 minutes, and that became a bit of a meme. Yeah, it was really cool. And then she also does a lot of, like, she's really good at talking. So she does these, like, really long streams that are, like, 3 hours into the night. And I admire her so much. Like, she's so good at, like, keeping conversation and thinking of new topics and thinking of lots of interesting stuff to talk about. So I really admire her for that. She's super cool for that, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. And so you guys seem to, like, get along kind of in and, like, while you're doing idol things, like things like related to like the song covers that you do and things like that. And it seems like each of you have your own thing and you have like a really nice group dynamic.
Yeah, I think that's a really nice thing. Like, I think we all have our kind of like areas that we really like doing. So, like, you know, Hime is very much the gamer of the group. Moi Minori is very much like the sort of chatting on streams and stuff. And then I just do like loads of random stuff on my streams. Like, I don't even know.
Oh, I understand.
The meme streams of the group. I don't know.
You're the memer.
Yeah, I don't know. But we all definitely have like a very like set style and things that we like doing, and they very much differ between us three, so it makes us like blend really well, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's good diversity then, so you're not like all kind of doing the same thing all the time. You each have like, you like branch out in different areas a little bit, yet you're still part of the same group. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I feel like that shows like a really strong, good like group foundation. That's like a good group dynamic, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think like, as I say, like for instance, I can't imagine the group without any of us. You know what I mean? Like, like Hime, she is the one that brings it together, like the bricks of the group. Like, if Hime was there, I mean, what would me and Moi Minori do? Do you know what I mean? We just like run around memeing everywhere. Like, we're not like leader enough. And similarly, like, if Moi Minori wasn't there, things just wouldn't work. Like, her dynamic, again, fits in so well with us two. But, like, do you know what I mean? Mai Bei Bē, as Mai Bei Bē, works so well. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Like, it works as well as it does because each of you are there. It wouldn't be Mai Bei Bē without Hime or,
I think it's, our group is our, like, unique dynamic as a three, so, yeah, it's really nice.
Hey, that's wonderful. So obviously you're all sort of, you're idols, you're part of the same group. Do you kind of consider them like sisters? Do you have that kind of relationship? And
yeah, definitely. I don't know, like a lot of people, they're like, oh yeah, the people in my group, they're just like business friends. But for me, it's really like we are actually friends.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Like a lot of the time, like people are like, yeah, I'm in this group with these people, but I don't actually like them.
Yeah.
For me, like, genuinely, like, we all get on really well. And when we all meet up together, like, we always have so much fun, and we're always so, like, silly together and stuff, so it's really nice. Oh, we forgot to talk about the current members, the cutest member, Samata. Yeah, there's this staff member called Samata, who becomes a bit of a meme a lot. It's like he's part of the group,
So what does he? You said so he's a staff member. So like, what does he do? What's his role?
I guess like helping. He used to like help with streams and stuff. So I think a lot of the fans got to know him as well. It's like a member of the group.
So yeah, he's the next idol. When's his debut?
Yeah, exactly. Like I was thinking of making an April Fool's like Sama to join the group.
You should have. Just be like, welcome our newest member.
Yeah, instead I married Colonel Sanders for my April Fool's.
Oh, I saw that post! That was the first thing I saw when I woke up this morning, and I was like, I must still be like half asleep, and I just kind of moved on. I was like, I'm clearly not seeing this right. I'll come back to this.
Did you do anything for April Fool's?
I did not. I woke up and I was like, let's go. So I made myself a cup of coffee. And I had French fries for breakfast.
Oh my gosh, living the life! That sounds great! Can I have French fries for breakfast? That sounds amazing.
You can. So that was my April Fool's joke to my diet. It was, here, have some fries.
It's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Buy it, schmy it. That's what I'd say.
So sorry, we kind of got a little bit off track in terms of like the musician aspect. Oh no, I'm full of questions and they don't always relate all the time. But I just like to ask them because I need to. Oh, stay hydrated. Someone redeemed a point to stay hydrated. Why don't we both take a sip of water?
Yeah, sip of water. That sounds good.
Num 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 num. Perfect.
Water is good for you, everybody.
That's right.
Drink water.
Yes, everybody stay hydrated, not just us. Yes. You drink water too.
Yes.
Someone says vodka break.
Yeah, like honestly, it's not vodka, okay?
You know what's really scary?
Honestly.
There are people that have like walked around, like it's not that uncommon for like college kids and I guess even high school kids to like empty water bottles and then just fill it with straight vodka.
Yeah, I remember this kind of stuff.
I feel like that's so disgusting. Vodka, I mean, I'm not going to say anything about my personal taste on my personal opinion on vodka, but I know it does. Yeah. It kind of tastes like jet fuel, doesn't it? Like, why would you drink a full bottle of jet fuel?
You know what the best, alcohol is? Clearly, rice wine sake.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, big question for you. Do you drink it hot or cold?
So I can't really drink sake. I can only have the non-alcoholic one, like the hot one. They have this thing called amazake, which is like, I think it's like really, really small amount of alcohol, so I can drink that. It's like hot kind of milky sake, and that's really nice. It's kind of like sweet, almost.
Oh, that fits you perfectly. Really nice. That's adorable.
No. Yeah, it's
if
really
you were
nice.
a drink, it would be that. I can already see it.
Ah, thanks.
Aww.
There's also rice wine made out of Milky Queen.
Wait, hey?
Market friendly, yeah.
I have to buy some now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
put it out there.
Go online and buy it right after the stream. Amazing. So, when you do a lot of your when you get a new song, right? When you decide, because I assume there are songs that are written for the group specifically, and then there are covers that you guys do, correct?
Yes.
So when you get a song that's like brand new and written and you haven't heard it before, do you and the other members kind of sit there and work it out together, or do you, I mean, I assume you still spend time, each on your own kind of practicing parts, but do you ever for like a first time run through or for a first time listen, do you guys like meet up and listen to it together? Is it live? Like, do you have the person who created the song or the music there with you, sort of describing things? Can you talk about that process a little bit?
Yeah, so I guess it depends. Like, for Reisky, like there's a certain aspect of like how we wanted to portray it, but also like, it was decided that like I'm singing this part, Mai Bei Bē is singing this part, Tsuyohime is singing this part. So there's kind of like a certain bit that's already decided, I guess, for us. And then there's a certain bit where it's like, well, we could sort of change up this bit a little bit. Or in Rice-Ski, we have this bit that actually changes when we do live. So there's a bit in the middle where it's sort of like trying to convince people to like, I don't know, buy the particular type of rice. So like, I usually go, do you want a Milky Queen? Or like, miru miru hua hua toka. I like change it a lot. So like, I guess those bits that you can sort of like interchange are like the bits that we decide ourselves. Also, like the live we did recently, so we did a lot of covers actually, but also we did our original. We sort of like did, you know, rehearsals on our own, but also like as a group as well, like in a karaoke room or something, or like in the studio. Yeah, so like I guess it's a mixture of the two really.
Ooh, so what do you prefer?
I think definitely rehearsing as a group makes much more sense because like I think the key thing is I always forget which one my line is my key problem. So like often when I meet up with the others, like they all have their thing that they find difficult. For me, it's not the lyrics themselves, it's when my lyrics are. I always forget like which part I'm meant to be singing. So I find it easier with other people because they're singing their parts already, so I can look at them and be like, oh, they're singing. This isn't my part. So yeah, I think it's much better, and also like deciding a theme for the live and a theme for the different songs that we're doing, I think can only really be decided when we're working together. Definitely, I don't think it's something that you can really think about yourself until you're all in the same room. So yeah.
And that's so nice. I like the idea of like working through a song, especially for the first time together, because I feel like there are a lot of like, because of course you don't really know what your questions are until you try to like tackle it through that very first time. And if you're on your own, then you're like, wait a second, like what about this part here and that part there and things like that.
Yeah, so exactly.
I think it's a really nice sort of alternative to going home and being like, what is this? Like I forgot.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot everything.
You know, it's super nice to be able to like, and also like discuss with each other, like, you know, how we feel about the song, or like what, how do I put it? Like how we want to portray the song, for example. Like I guess that's more of a thing for like song covers and things, but I guess like for covers, everyone has a different sort of opinion of what that song means to each person. So being able to kind of discuss that, I think, is really important. Yeah.
Very, very nice. Now, do you guys perform for each other? So I assume you're not the only one who does covers. I'm sure the other girls do covers of songs on their own as well, like solo covers?
Yes. Yes.
So do you guys perform for each other? Is that like part of your rehearsal, or do you just record it?
Sometimes. I think more, I think when we're doing solo songs, like we get each other's opinion. Like I'll often ask like Moe Minori, like, oh, if I sing it like this, does that sound bad? And she'll be like, yeah, that sounds kind of weird. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna sing it like this. Or like, I think more for the dancing aspect, like when we were sort of like training in dance stuff, like Tsuyohime is definitely the strongest in dancing out of us three, so she would give me and Moe Minori a lot of tips on how we can improve our dancing and stuff. So yeah, I think we definitely sort of like give each other tips and things. Yeah.
Oh, so what do you feel like is your strength? Like, what do you feel really, really good about when you either go to rehearsals or when you perform?
As a group or personally?
Personally.
I guess I always feel like really nervous that I'm not doing a good job at anything, so I'm like, but I mean, I guess like I still have a lot of improvement to do, but I guess the thing I definitely like the most is the singing. I really, really love singing, so I mean, I think maybe like it depends on the song, but I guess I'm really good at like giving my emotion into songs, I feel. Like definitely some of the covers I did, like I literally gave it everything, like all of my feelings into the song. So I guess that's probably what like I like doing the best. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I can even hear that in just like one or two covers. I was like, oh my goodness, like she really like emotes, like the cover that we listened to earlier, the Wherever You Are. Like I said, personally one of my favorite songs from that group, and I thought you portrayed it really, really well, because that sometimes can be kind of the hardest thing when making music, is like not just knowing what the notes are or things like that, but also, you know, making that song not feel like I'm covering something that someone else sang, but like making this my own, you know?
Yes, I think that's the most important, and like working out. Often I'll like sit down, I'll literally make notes like on the lyrics, like I'm gonna sing it like this, or like I'm gonna think about this when I'm singing this. Kind of like I sort of go through and like partition off the different bits and sort of think about the different bits. So yeah, I think definitely that's a very good point.
I like that. It seems like a lot of I like talking to different musicians about kind of what their process is when they tackle a piece, because it always kind of reaffirms and it makes me like, it surprises me every time, and it really shouldn't. But that like no matter what instrument it is and no matter what it is, as long as it's emotional, as long as it's some form of emotional expression, we all tend to tackle it the same way.
Right? Yeah, that is actually true. Like, how do you usually tackle a new piano piece or whatever?
So, after, actually, we actually have to do like a lot of background research on the composer. It's always important to know like what his life was like, what was going on in history during the time that they wrote the piece, if it was dedicated to anybody, you know, what was going on in their lives, like at that time.
In their personal life. Yeah, that's super interesting.
So, like, for example, like, everyone knows the Moonlight Sonata, right?
Yeah.
So that's the first, so a sonata most commonly, especially in, like, the classical era, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go on a rant here.
No, please do, it's interesting.
But, the common, like, format for a sonata during the classical period, is, like, it comes in 3 parts. Excuse me, I keep needing to like clear my throat.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, it comes in 3 parts. The first part is usually fast. The second part is usually slow, and then the third part is even faster, very, very lively. And what made the Moonlight Sonata so interesting is that the first movement, or the first part, was actually really slow and kind of sad, right? That's part of why it's so famous. And then the second part is still kind of slow, but definitely a little bit more lively, a little bit more positive. And the fast one is almost like Fast and Furious. It's just like it's like a whirlwind of sound. So when I was learning the piece, I remember my teacher and I, because I learned it when I was a senior a freshman in high school, I think.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what any of these American mean. What is a freshman? I always think it sounds like a fisherman.
It does, doesn't it? Oh my goodness, it really, really does.
Anyway, sorry, off topic. Continue.
Yeah, no, that's okay. But like, so when I was like, I had gone beyond the awkward teenage years, right? Or at least like the start of the awkward teenage years.
Yeah.
So you know, because it's a little bit more of an emotionally mature piece, you know, my teacher was like, okay, you are ready for this song.
Yeah.
So when I started learning it, I remember like having several lessons, and one lesson in particular really kind of stuck with me, where I sat down with my teacher and we kind of like just went through, and my lessons at that point were an hour, and we just sat down, and for an hour we kind of talked about what was going on with Beethoven. So like during that time he was beginning to realize that he was losing his hearing, and for a musician, you know, what can you do? Right, yeah, exactly. That is everything. And so we kind of like went through and we kind of talked about like, you know, how he must have been feeling. We looked through the music itself, and we looked at sort of the sound that he writes, like the specific dynamic instructions, which is like, or how loud or soft to play in certain areas, how certain chords feel, the tempo that he wrote for it, and like what that must have represented for him in certain sections, that maybe that the whole thing wasn't supposed to be just that he was mourning the loss of his hearing, but that he was like actually a little bit angry about it too, like how you know, how dare fate do this to me, like I as a musician, like how do you expect me to survive like this? So he was actually, you know, a little bit, you know, because we know a lot about Beethoven, we know about his personality, we know that he wasn't just someone to take things lying down, like he always kind of put up a fight. And that helped with the musical expression, and I know that that's a system that works because I competed with the piece and I won. So it was...
That's so interesting.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I feel like I've learned so much from this conversation, actually, because I think often, like, the way that I approach it is actually very different. I think I listen to the song, and I just sort of put in what I feel about the song. I don't often look into, like, what the singer must have been feeling or, like, what their personal life is at that time. So that's actually really interesting.
Oh.
I think I will take some tips from you from now on, I think.
I should
Yeah.
definitely. I think that's something that's hard for me to do, is that like I have a hard time kind of like exposing my own emotions through music. Like I'm always like, yes,
Right.
like it's easier for me to like learn what happened to them and to be like, oh my goodness, I sympathize, this must be how they were feeling, I'll try to emote that, versus
That's so
how would I
interesting.
feel if I were losing my hearing and then try to emote that. You know what I mean? Like it is.
That's
So I should
really
do what
interesting.
you do and then see. I'm sure that would help me a lot.
We could both do what each other
Yes.
do, and then we could like make even better stuff.
Yes,
This sounds like
absolutely.
a good idea. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, this has been like really like deep and enlightening. Thank you.
Thank you, because I wouldn't have talked about this if the topic hadn't been brought up. So
Super
'cause
interesting.
These thoughts are fleeting. My attention span is fleeting. So let's see here. Oh, so it looks like we have about 6 minutes left. Is there anything that you'd like to share about kind of what you do, or if is there anything that you have planned, and you know, when's the official ceremony with Colonel Sanders, and when does it become official?
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, official ceremony. Everyone's invited. Happening in Second Rise. Buy your plane ticket soon. No, it's not really. Okay. So, actual news. I'm currently the image girl of a steakhouse in Akihabara called Heroes Steakhouse. So if you guys want to eat some steak in Akihabara and see my face staring at you while you eat your steak, like, gee, then please, come along to Heroes Akihabara. Also, my first original song will be coming soon. First Milky original. So, the MV is still being made, but when it's done, yeah, it'll be super exciting.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness! You must be so pumped. So is everything almost done? Like, are you?
So the song itself is done. It's literally just like waiting for the MV to be finished now. Shouldn't be that much longer. Yeah, super exciting.
Yes. I'm gonna throw your links in chat.
Oh,
yes.
thank you.
Our princess needs her beauty sleep, but I know my streams generally tend to run for
Oh
about
no.
2
I mean,
hours,
like
so.
if we go a little over, totally fine.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I'm fine to go 5-10 minutes over.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. I don't want to like start a topic and then that makes us kind of drag on for like another half hour. I would hate that. Because
No
I really need your
worries.
sleep. Thank you for the follow, by the way.
Sorry.
I should take oh no, that's okay. I should take this time to thank everyone who's followed. I know normally I call out names one by one, but I just was so like intrigued with this conversation that I never wanted to like interrupt. So thank everyone who followed today. Welcome to the
Thank
Kingdom of
you.
Crunch. Thank you. And I have
Yay.
boop.
Everyone support Harune. Follow her.
So
If you don't follow her, I'll be on.
no, everyone support Milky Queen. She's adorable and beautiful. Plus, she has that single coming out. I'm so enthusiastically excited. It's unreal.
Thank you.
It's gonna be so fun. So what about this one was different than any of the other songs that you did? So you said this is your first, like, well, yeah. Just explain that for me if you can. What about this was?
Yeah, no worries. So, last year I entered this competition, which is essentially like a VTuber X Factor, essentially. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. Like, so there was 7 of us that entered into the final. And then I was lucky enough to get first place. So
What do you mean
received a
lucky?
song from. No. Everyone was so good. I was so surprised. Like, everyone was literally amazing. And then so I received a song from this really great song maker, a VTuber called Midi. So we've been working together on a song, which is now done. So, once the music video is done, I hope everyone will look forward to it. It's super good. I love it. Like, it's really cool. So, yeah.
Can I ask another question about it?
Yes. I don't know how much I can say, but
Yes,
yes.
I'm sure there's a little bit of this, discretion that needs to be kept so that it's all a surprise. But what do you like most about this song?
Well, it's very much along like the type of song that I usually listen to and that I actually like. So we were talking about the sort of like concepts for the song, and I said I really wanted to be like along with the like future funk style because I really love future funk, so like city pop kind of style. So yeah, I like talked with Midi about that, and it's kind of like in that style that I really like. So I don't know how to explain it. Like it sounds like a song that I would like and listen to anyway, which is why I'm so happy with it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to you guys hearing it. Yeah.
So you actually had a lot of say in like what the song was actually going to be.
Yeah, I wrote the lyrics as well, actually. So.
Oh my goodness, even more hype! Milky Queen hype! My goodness!
Yeah.
Oh
it's
my
super
goodness.
exciting.
Oh, that's so fun. So how does... This is another thing that I've always kind of wondered because I know every musical group does it differently. And even every musical group does it, like, even one group can have, like, several different methods of creating a song. So, like, what sort of came first? Was it your lyrics with the idea of what kind of style of music you wanted? Or did the song kind of come first and you were like, yes, I want these kinds of lyrics?
Yeah, so actually, like, the song was created first. So the song, like, we talked together about the concepts for it, and I kind of came up, like, I think of music very visually, actually. So I came up with, like, a mood board of what I wanted the song to kind of sound like. I know it sounds very weird.
No,
I put together, like, a load of images that I thought would be, like, going along with the song's theme. And then I also sent over, like, a few songs that I thought would sort of, like, similar to the kind of style I wanted to go for. So, yeah, it was kind of started from there, and then I put lyrics on it afterwards. So, yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Now, is that generally... So how did that process kind of compare with the process with music making in Mai Bei Bē? Like, how much say do you have in that kind of music creation?
It depends. Like, if it's my solo, like, covers, as I say, like, I do the lyrics and I kind of decide how I want to sing them. Like, for our original song, Raisuki, like, that was mainly, decided sort of, like the song and the lyrics were already decided when I received them, kind of thing. So that was a little bit different. But Hime, the leader member, she actually had a part in the lyric writing for Raisuki. So yeah, I think it very much like incorporates our ideas. So yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. Aw, I love that. I love that sort of like music creator with like the artist who's actually going to sing that song, or the performer. I like that sort of collaboration because that really makes it easier to like make it yours, you know?
Yeah, right. And I think like there's a certain aspect that it can be hard to sort of like get on board with a song if you weren't part of the process. So I think it's really important that we were sort of like part of the process the whole time. So yeah, it was really, really nice.
So as like a final question or so to sort of wrap things up. Excuse me. I know you joked earlier about like having a dark, deep, like grungy voice, which you definitely don't have. But like, what would you say is sort of what like? Oh my goodness! Wait, no. What was the question? Oh my God, my brain! It melted.
It's okay, no worries. Take your time.
So like, would you consider yourself sort of? You all have a wonderful, fantastic range.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet.
Of voice and like style of singing. When I heard, so the first thing I heard from you was that cover of Wherever You Are, which I thought was a little bit more.
Thank you.
Was a very mature voice because it's a mature song. It's about love, and love is a very sort of mature concept to even try to begin to understand, even though everyone at every stage in life experiences love. But when I heard the rice song, the first meal, Raisuki, you had a sort of lighter, higher pitch voice, which you kind of need for a song that's like so cute and kind of high and upbeat. So which do you have like a preferred style that you like to sing in? And where do you feel most comfortable?
I think definitely, I mean, singing, to be honest, I feel much more comfortable at the lower ranges, actually. So, obviously, for like, I think for the group stuff, for kind of cutesy things, it sounds better to do the kind of more, like, what do you call it? The kind of more sort of, like, bubbly type voice. But actually, when I'm singing other stuff, I think it's easier for me to kind of like, get on board with the, emotion of the song when it's sort of closer to my usual singing voice, I think. So, yeah, I think, I don't know. Probably, like, wherever you are, like, that kind of voice is closest to, like, my most comfortable singing voice, I would say. Yeah.
나루호도. Oh, that makes me feel so much better because that's exactly how I feel. Like, I'm most comfortable singing songs that, like higher ranged male singers can sing. I'm like, yes, my comfort zone. Like,
yeah, me too. Oh my gosh, same. Like, such feels on that point. Like,
honestly, like I've tried to just for fun, I tried to sing songs like by Aimer or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I tried and failed.
It is such a mistake. Her voice is just incomparable. Like, I couldn't even get close to the kind of range that she has. Because she can sing quite low, but she can also sing really high.
I know! Crazy, right? So this is actually another piece of work I have to... When I do a song cover, I also choose what key I'm gonna sing it in. Ooh. So I have to sit there and kind of, like, work out, if it's too high for me, like, if I sing it and I'm like, no, this isn't gonna work, I sound like a dying cat. So I have to sort of, like... bring it down. So a lot of the time, actually, I end up singing my covers in a lower key than what they were originally. Yeah.
That's so comforting, though. That makes me feel so much better.
No, honestly, like, I think it's a talent in itself, people who can, like, sing the highest and the lowest and everything in between. But actually, a lot of people can't do that. Like, I know a lot of people who are the complete opposite to me. Like, they can sing really high, cute stuff, but then can't go low, really. Like, I think it just depends on the person.
Right, and maybe just, like, you know, what happens to their vocal cords as they grow, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so I definitely... You know, it's not to say that I can't hit the higher ranges, but you're right. We'd probably sound like dying cats. But I've never thought that about how I hear you sing, though.
Sometimes I think, like, to get to a really high note, I have to practice it, like, a lot. Like, I did this one live where I did this note. It was called a sign dance, and we did it live once. And I had to do this note that was so high. And I remember when I was when we were doing it live, and I was like, this is not working. And then we also had to record it separately for this song cover. But when I was doing it live, I was like, oh my gosh, like, how is my voice gonna get here? And I just had to keep practicing, and like getting loads of like breath into my diaphragm.
Yeah.
Like,
just to like belt the note out.
Yeah, literally, like it had to really come from within. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
oh my goodness. Oh, one more question because it just came to mind, and then we will release you back to the land of second race for some beauty sleep.
Sorry.
No, not at all. But have you ever had to go through any sort of vocal injury before?
So I haven't actually yet. No.
Yet? Oh no, please.
I mean, I'm gonna touch wood. Wait, do you have that in America? Touch wood. Do you have that?
That's not a term that's familiar to me, but...
Oh, okay. Like, what's it? Like, if you say something like, I haven't done that yet, touch wood. Like, you have to touch the wood.
Oh, knock on wood!
Yeah. Touch wood. Yeah. What's it? So, yeah, I haven't had one yet. I've also never broken a bone. Touch wood.
Oh. Nice. Yes, please stay healthy and safe.
I've been quite lucky so far.
Oh, that's good. That must mean you really like are very safe with how you practice, because especially if you're working for you know, like getting a high note, especially if that's like out of your comfort zone and things like that. That's really like, it's really easy to accidentally damage your vocal cords, and then you have to go on
you've gotta like make sure you warm up properly. It's definitely a key thing I always make sure that I do, because if you don't, then you can really damage your voice. So yeah, I always take care.
Yes, very good. Well, so that was a little bit of a PSA. Warm up before you do anything.
Yes.
And touch wood.
Yes. All these these weird sayings. It's interesting how they differ by country.
It is, yeah. I had never heard anyone say touch wood before, but I know knock on wood is a thing.
Knock on wood. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I don't know what the knocking is for, but I mean,
I
it's a lot more subtle if you just touch a piece of wood.
As long as nothing bad happens to us, we can say whatever. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Milky Queen, for joining me today. It was such an honor to be able to talk with you. And you're so adorable. Like,
oh no. Like, I really enjoy that to have these kind of chats again. Like, it's really interesting. Like, from a obviously you've got a very musical mind, but it's from a slightly different perspective, I feel, to mine. So it's really interesting to actually like share our thoughts on how to approach music. It's been super interesting.
Oh yeah, I know. It's always, like I said, I always love talking about music with other musicians because especially since that's my profession, it can start to, when I talk to other music teachers, it can kind of end up being only about the academic side of it, that I see. It's always so refreshing to just talk about like the emotional and the pure joy of making music.
Yeah.
So it was refreshing for me. And I think especially during this time, of a lot of people are nervous and uncertain about, their health and the health of everyone else. And, right now, a lot of states in the U.S. are stuck under lockdown and in quarantine. So we can't really go out and do much of anything. But the arts will always be there. That's something that you can, always keep. So
it's really heartwarming, actually, because, I mean, I guess everyone's the same. But definitely for me, people back in my home country, I worry about my family and my grandma and stuff, in this time. And it's really nice to have stuff like music, like talking to other musicians, to be able to get through these difficult times. So everyone stay safe and try and keep up all the things that you like doing. Yes.
Absolutely. So everyone, thank Milky Queen so much for joining us today.
Oh no, thank you, Harune.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone follow Harune.
No.
Okay. Let's definitely chat it sometime again. It was super fun.
Yes, for sure. So everyone say goodbye to Milky Queen, and let's
Bye-bye.
wish our beautiful princess and wish her happy sleep, and she gets all of her beauty sleep, and she dreams of rice.
Thank you. I'll have lots of dreams about beautiful tasty rice.
All right, good night. And thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, so like I said, I know that